Evaluating a startup isn't a one-size-fits-all approach, especially when it comes to investing in a direct-to-consumer startup versus a business-to-business startup. Though it may seem like investing in either would be pretty similar, in reality, it's totally different. Everything from traction to market size plays out differently for each. When it comes to startup investing, it's not just about spotting potential. It's about understanding what drives each business under the hood. Direct-to-consumer and business-to-business might both be startups, but they play by very different rules. This means your due diligence needs to change depending on the business model. If you don't adjust, you could end up overvaluing something, or worse, missing a big red flag. There are a few big areas where direct-to-consumer and business-to-business startups really start to diverge. We're talking about traction, how they acquire customers, the size of the market they're playing in, and their go-to market strategies. So let's break each of these down. Begin your evaluation with traction. What counts as traction varies between direct-to-consumers and business-to-business companies. For direct-to-consumers, focus on speed and organic growth. For business-to-business, examine sales pipeline health. Look for a strong customer base and growth in D2C like users, downloads, and engagement numbers. You want customers to not just show up, but stay and create organic growth. Social proof and industry endorsements are a big plus. On the B2B side, traction looks a bit different. Focus on their major partners, how fast deals are closing, and most importantly, is there actual revenue coming in from early clients? That early revenue is often the clearest sign that they're onto something real. When it comes to market sizing, how you validate the opportunity should change based on the startup's model. For D2C, focus on consumer appetite. Are people talking about it and buying early? Real demand signals matter. In B2B, market size ties into budgeted spending. Look for signs it's a priority for businesses, not just a big market, but a monetizable one. Also, assess the buyer. Do they have spending authority? And how easy is it to access them? Deals often get stuck here. A startup's go-to-market tells you whether they can repeatably acquire customers, and this looks very different for both types. D2C startups need to prove they can stand out, scale efficiently, and build a brand that converts. Strong digital execution and community pull are often make or break. B2B startups should show clarity on sales motion. Is it bottom-up, where users drive adoption, or top-down, requiring C-level buy-in? Bonus if they've landed pilots or partners. That's strong validation. Then there's product validation. And again, this looks totally different depending on the business. In D2C, you're looking at how users are engaging. But in B2B, validation is about return on investment for the customer. Looking for things like daily active users, retention rates, and whether the product is spreading through word of mouth for a D2C startup. And for B2B, validate if they are seeing enough value to renew contracts or even expand them. That's a sign you've hit product market fit. And when it comes to go-to-market strategy, D2C and B2B companies approach it in very different ways. D2C companies often rely on things like paid ads, social media, and virality. The name of the game is reaching lots of people, fast. B2B, on the other hand, is more of a relationship play. It's targeted outreach, longer sales cycles, and a consultative approach. For D2C, dig into how scalable their customer acquisition is and what happens when the growth slows down. For B2B, ask if they can scale sales without the founders. This is crucial for long-term success. And always ask, what's their backup plan if key channels fail? One mistake a lot of investors make is comparing new startups to past winners. Investing in startups requires more than just speed. It's about using the right lens for the right business model. So instead of asking, does this feel like a winner? Try asking yourself, am I using the right lens for this kind of business? Finding the right startups for your portfolio takes time and focus, and NeonVest can help you with that. F in industry-altering startups that align with your vision and goals and give you the best leg up in investing.